Welcome back to Hooligan Nation, a KISS-Centric podcast. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Rocco.
Dun, 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 dun.
How you doing?
That's what I needed. This week we are back again for another bonus segment of all new material. And boy, this week's a doozy, isn't it? Well, folks, Gene and Paul have broken the internet again. It seems as though the entire KISS army has their panties in a bunch because KISS is going to play live as a band again. What do you think about that?
I think our hooligans out there are expecting us to do an episode on this. I think they'll be pleasantly surprised, but I think a lot of them will probably be hoping we're doing something about this. So hopefully we put something out there with this episode that you enjoy.
Do you have panties on?
No.
No? So you're going commando, so your panties are not in a bunch.
I always go commando.
Oh,
I'm just playing. Only kidding.
For those of you that didn't know that Yo Rocco goes commando, check out his sex tape.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It can be found all over the internet. If anybody needs help locating it, just contact me on the side and I'll get you a link.
Just know I have very little control. He's the editing guru over there. So
no, it's not that you have very little control. It's that you don't really have any control. And I like it that way.
So just take everything in context to what he's saying right there, because there's no sex tape. Just saying.
All right. So let's get into this.
Okay.
I'm going to read this right from one of their press releases on Facebook, I guess it was. It sounds to me like it's kind of a KISS Expo type of thing.
Right.
I mean, there hasn't been a lot of information put out yet, but it's November 14th to 16th, and reading right from their statement, a full schedule of activities will be announced soon, but fans can expect a special live performance from former KISS member Bruce Kulick, along with other special guests, interactive activities, exclusive experiences, and more. Vibe, I don't know who Vibe is, but Vibe is proud to offer official experience packages for KISS Army Storms Vegas. The package will include 3-night stay at Virgin Hotel Las Vegas, unmasked photo with KISS, access to the KISS Unmasked live show, Q&As with members of KISS, all KISS content panels and activities, a curated KISS Army Storms Vegas gift. Oh, they're giving us gifts. Signed poster, photos with KISS memorabilia, and a collectible laminate and lanyard. KISS Army VIP members will have exclusive VIP presale access starting March 27th at 7 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, we're filming this on March 26th, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Not a member or need to upgrade, blah, blah, blah. The KISS Army and fan presale begins April 2nd at 7 a.m. You can go to kissarmyvegas.vibee.com with general public sales starting April 7th at 7 a.m. Pacific time. Get ready for the ultimate celebration and experience the KISS Army like never before. Okay, that's pretty much what is currently out.
As you're reading that, I'm hearing dollar signs going by.
Oh, there's definitely dollar signs. The best that I can figure out is the plan is to play an unmasked show. I mean, they didn't say anything about stage shows, but they had said during the end of the road, and these are for the people that got their panties in a bunch. And you got to understand, or we all got to understand, that everybody's into clickbait, and this is clickbait central. So people are all up in arms. There's podcasts freaking out. There's fans freaking out. There's message boards freaking out. Everybody's freaking out, and I can't figure out what everybody's freaking out for.
And I got a statement about that.
Please.
This is a very profound statement for all the people that are upset about it. Listen close, get in close.
Okay.
Okay. They never said that they were going to stop doing anything. They said they were going to stop touring with the makeup on and the whole hoopla. Like they're not doing anything they didn't say they were going to do.
I agree. I agree 100%. The world tours are over so far. I mean, look, if 6 months from now, Kiss announces a world tour in makeup stage show, by all means, everybody should freak out because
I'm on that bandwagon at that point.
for those people that went out of their way and paid tons of money and traveled to go to Madison Square Garden for one of the two last shows, and then they're going to go on another tour doing the same thing. Yeah, no.
I
I mean,
mm,
I will stand in line to kill them
I
on this podcast if they were to do something like that. But what they're doing here, number one, I know what we all think, and I think we all think this, that this is going to turn into something else. But as we're speaking, this is a one-off show. It's for the 50-year anniversary of the Kiss Army. There's no makeup. I'm guessing, I guess I shouldn't do this, but I'm guessing there's no elaborate stage show. That's all it is. Now, um,
but they put a lot of teasers out there saying it's a new beginning. You know, that what that means, who knows? But there's 2027, I know is supposed to be a big year. It's a new beginning. The avatars are out there, a lot of teasers for future things coming. They never said they were going away forever.
no, I never expected them to go away.
I'm
I
happy
think
about I'm happy about this.
I think it's an age thing. I don't think Gene and Paul can run around on stage at 75 years old with all that equipment and costumes on, and I don't think they want to travel the world. Hey, look, Sammy Hagar came out the end of 2024 and said he thinks he's done touring.
Mm.
Oh, these older bands, and here we're going to foreshadow, these older bands, they're more interested in a residency. It's pretty obvious to me, at least to me, that Las Vegas is going to become Kiss's central headquarters. The avatars are going to be there. The museum is there. Kiss Mini Golf is there. I can't confirm this, but I have read that Gene owns a house in Vegas. It's, I think it's 2.5, 3 hour drive from Los Angeles. So what's the flight on a private jet for Paul and Gene? It's probably a half-hour flight. What do I think comes of this? I think if this works out well and people pay the exorbitant amount, exorbitant. Once they start talking about giving away gifts and laminates, the price tag seems to always go up. So, first off, I'm going to throw a guess out that this is a $10,000 package.
That's where it starts.
That's my guess. If you want the VIP package, I'm thinking it's going to be a $10,000 weekend. I did check Virgin Hotels. It is not cheap to stay there on the weekend. It's about $300 a night for a pretty plain room. So you got to add that in. And, they're of course going to sell it as an absolute one-off show, and they're going to do that to drum up the business and try to sell these packages. And then as soon as it's either sold out or the event happens, that's when you'll hear about a residency, if there's a residency. And I believe there's a place in this world for a KISS residency. I do.
And
I don't know how many, I don't know how big of an arena.
And my only question is, how does that fit in with the Avatar thing? Because they're really pushing this unbelievable experience Avatar thing. I mean, to be honest with you, at this age, unless you're Bruce Springsteen or the Rolling Stones, residencies make sense for people that are been bands for 50 years and want to keep something going.
I guess the real thing is the residency. I think that's what everybody thinks this is going to turn into. I don't quite understand. I know they're building, well, I don't know. According to Paul, they're building an entire building in Vegas to house this avatar thing. It isn't movable. You can't tour it. It has to stay in one spot. I don't know anything about it, but I do know, at least in my mind, that maybe that's where they're going to do their residency. And once a month, just guessing, just picking something around, once a month, the band flies in on a Saturday morning, plugs in on a Saturday night, plays a, I don't know, 15-song set, flies out on Sunday morning, and they're going to bring people there, which is going to help the avatar business. I don't know if it's possible or not. Look, this could all be with Virgin Hotel. Virgin Hotels is the old Hard Rock. I don't know how big the arena is there. I think they're doing a lot of drumming up talk by special guest Bruce Kulick. Like I think it's
It makes me happy.
I think it's pretty much a sore subject with most of the KISS Army, that they almost kind of erased Bruce for the last 25 years. And then they did the end of the road shows and didn't include them and didn't include him specifically. So it seems like they're maybe trying to fix this.
You
But
know what? It'll go a long way, and the fans will accept it if they see Bruce is cool with them and they're doing some things again. And it's like all bygones are bygones. If Bruce is cool with it, I think most fans would be cool with it.
and the other thing is, and I think this is beautiful, it has always been said, when your popularity wanes, go away. Well, essentially, Kiss Unmasked has been away for 30 years.
That's
So
crazy. That makes me feel old.
now you bring it back. I got to tell you, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued of what this would be like, and you throw Bruce Kulick's name into it, and now I'm even more intrigued.
Hmm.
So my question for you is, how does this become attractive for you?
Well, we talked a little bit about this. For me, I want my set list. I want to hear songs that I want to hear. I don't want to hear the things I love all the old stuff, but there's a lot of songs that have been in set list forever that I don't need. There's a few that I definitely feel I have to have in it, but I want to see some variety. I want to see some new stuff. I want them to create a whole new type of set list. Or maybe not new, but I think you know where I'm going with this.
Does Bruce have to be involved? Is that a deal breaker for you?
I don't see, you know what? To be honest with you, there are plenty of bands that have five pieces. I don't see how you wouldn't be able to incorporate something where you have Tommy and him playing with all of them. Like I don't think you have to abbreviate it and have it just a four-piece band at this point. It had to be a four-piece band when it's Ace, Paul, Gene, and Peter because they weren't just members; they were characters. When it's this kind of thing, to me, you can kind of play it out any way you want, and the more you have the masses that are involved that are active involved, I think it's a win-win to me.
And for all those people that may be out there that is saying they're going to reunite, I just don't see Peter Chris coming out of retirement. If they did a once a month residency, without makeup, without costumes, without a big stage show, I think what you might see is you might see Ace Frehley once in a while. Hey, let me ask you a question.
What do you got?
Do you YouTube?
I'm always on YouTube.
When you YouTube, how do you support the YouTubers that you like?
If I find something I dig, I subscribe to it and I hit like right away.
That's a great idea. I'm sure the creators appreciate your support.
I would think so.
You think maybe now's a good time to ask everyone in the audience to support us?
Absolutely.
To everyone in the audience, please subscribe to our little channel. And while you're there, hit the like button.
We're enjoying what we're doing and we want to continue to grow the hooligan community.
We appreciate all your support.
Absolutely.
Well, I think for me, the biggest draw for me would be Bruce Kulick in the set list. For them, I mean, we're based in the East
Count me in.
Coast. Vegas is not a hop, skip, and a jump away. For me to travel across the country for a weekend, well, I'd travel across the country for a weekend in Vegas, even without KISS. But for me to travel across the country to go see KISS, no makeup, no stage show, it would have to be, I think it would have to include Bruce Kulick in some way, and the set list would be paramount to me. And with that being said, we have created proposed set lists. Look, we're two idiot KISS fans that know less than nothing about nothing. So what the hell do we know? But I did have a pen and a piece of paper. So when I proposed my set list, I took Paul's vocal limitations in consideration, but I did not make it my first priority because this is a one-off. And even if it turned into a residency, I think it would be a once-a-month thing. So, you know, just as a number, we chose 15 songs. And I think 15 songs, Paul doesn't sing all of them. I think once a month, and they could probably ride this for a while. And at the same time, promote the avatars, at the same time, promote Kiss World. I mean, this works out, and Gene can keep touring and doing what he does, and Paul can keep doing art and doing the podcast tours. And like I think I'm gonna be honest. I think to me there's 90% chance this becomes a residency. KISS
Well, I
doesn't
think
do things like this without planning 5 years down the road or planning their next 5 years. And I just see this turning into a residency for as long as they can milk it.
well, for me, I mean, part of the appeal of seeing Gene in concert is the set list. Seeing him do songs that you never saw him do perform live. Like, so set list is definitely a paramount with this.
All right, so let's get in the set list. So you want to go first or you want me to go first?
Do we want to go back and forth or just read the whole list?
I put mine in order.
Why don't we do 3 and 3?
Okay.
I did an order too. I did my own order too.
Okay.
So I'll do my first 3. My opener is Psycho Circus, then I Stole Your Love, and then Saint and Sinner.
Okay. We went completely in different directions, I think, but okay. My opener is I've Had Enough, Into the Fire.
I knew you were gonna do that song.
Sang by Paul. Then I go to Unholy by Gene. Then I go into Love in Chains by Paul.
That's interesting.
I'm trying. I took
Vocal
all
range.
vocals into consideration, so I don't think anywhere on here do I have him singing back-to-back songs. I mean, I've Had Enough is probably would be a rough song for Paul to sing, but I just figure by this time he would have had almost 2 years to recover. So maybe it's possible, maybe it's not.
I took it in consideration only as far as like omitting songs and adding Eric to sing some songs. So we'll get through that. But so my next 3 after Satan, I said Psycho Circus, I Stole Your Love, Saint Sinner. My next 3, I got A Million to One, I'm a Legend Tonight, and Deuce.
I like 2 of them. I don't want to hear Deuce. I've
I,
heard Deuce. I've heard Deuce 100 times.
I
I don't
was
want to
in
hear
there.
it.
I thought about that, but I love that song so much. To me, it's. I don't know. I had for me, I had to.
All right, my next three is Gene, We Are One, Eric Singer, Nothing to Lose, and Paul, Coming Home.
I like it.
A lot of thought went into this.
Yeah, me too. All right, I got the next one. Black Diamond, Eric singing it. I got Forever, Paul. Maybe tough with his vocals. And then I got Domino.
Not bad. So I have Gene, Hate, Paul, Who Wants to Be
Mm.
Lonely,
Mm.
and here's the one. Here's the one. This is the mic drop moment for me. Bruce Kulick, I Walk Alone.
Oh wow, I didn't put any Bruce. Nice. I like that. You pulled that one.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I know. That's why. Mic drop.
Okay, I'll give you that. Um, my next three, I got Nothing to Lose, Watching You, and Eric Singer singing Young and Wasted.
Mm, no, no. That's pretty good. I have Gene, Radioactive, Paul, Hide Your Heart,
Hmm.
and Gene, Rock and Roll Hell.
I love that. I like that song a lot. So the final three, well, actually, final one, and then I got the two encore songs. So for my final song before the encore, I got Hooligan, Eric Singer singing it.
I almost did it. I almost did that.
We have to pay homage to the podcast. One of us had to do it. All right, and then I had for my encore, I got We Are One, and then I finish up everything with God Gave Rock and Roll to You. I thought about rock and roll all night, but it's not needed. I love that song and I love what it represents, but to me, I want to finish it on God Gave Rock and Roll to You.
My first of my last three songs, Turn on the Night, I think is going to be difficult for Paul to sing. And then my two encores are Eric Singer, Black Diamond. And in my opinion, you don't end Kiss. I don't care what kind of Kiss concert. You don't end Kiss concerts without Rock and Roll All Night being the last song, in my opinion.
I listen, I can be tipped on that one. I just didn't want to I didn't want to I wanted to change it up and put God Gave Rock and Roll to You because to me it's saying the same message. That was all about messaging.
That's our set list. Uh, you have anything to wrap this up?
Now, this is just a funny little nugget, and it's I find it very interesting. It's not even under news because I really don't have any substance to go behind it. But for a lot of Kiss fans, when you're on YouTube, the algorithm, there's some shit brewing with Paul Stanley's son and Gene Simmons' son. So you may see another generation doing something at some point.
I would not be surprised at all if that's who opens up for Kiss.
It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, it is kind of cool. I mean, I personally I haven't listened to any of the music. Um,
Yeah, I have.
but
I've just heard one song they did. It was like I think it was actually a Simon and Garfunkel song.
the
Um,
idea of it, I think, is pretty cool. And the fact that they can market it if they were to do a residency, uh, they could open up for them if it's the right kind of music.
Yeah, I mean, and Paul's son's band is Amber Wild, and I told you I heard a couple of the stuff that I like, but I haven't heard nothing about that lately. So I have a feeling that he's more focused on a project with Gene's son. But again, this is all hyperbole because I don't know there's any substance behind it.
Ooh,
But
look at you. Wait a minute. Whoa.
I used a big word.
Folks, that's a big word for him, boy. Now, before anybody leaves any comments asking me this,
I'm
I'll
studying.
ask
I'm
it.
I'm studying. I'm trying to bring it.
Can you spell it?
No freaking way.
All right. I don't think
If I get a diction, wait, you know what? I can go to the Google.
no, we're not going to go to the Google machine. All right. Look, to wrap this up, here's my opinion. If you're a KISS fan and you got your panties in a bunch, get them out, relax. I just don't see them ever touring again because I don't think they're physically capable of it. Could this very well be a one-off that they do maybe once a year for special occasions? To a lesser degree, I think it maybe. I think more likely if this goes off well and they sound good and they can do it, I think you're looking at a Vegas residency without makeup, without stage show, and with a very different set list of songs that were not played live or were not played live a lot. I think it's a possibility. For me personally, number one, don't give me a package, a $10,000 package, which is what I'm afraid they're going to do because I'm not interested in it. But, you know, for $100 ticket to a residency once a month with the right set list,
That's fair.
a special guest appearance by Bruce Kulick at the least, maybe something acknowledging Eric Carr, Ace, and Peter in some way. Maybe a chance of Ace dropping in as a special guest also. I think it's
It-
kind of got legs, and I know for me, you know, if they scheduled 12 shows, let's say in 2026 as a residency in Vegas monthly, yeah, I would probably make it happen.
I'd pay more than 100 for that too.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, I'm
Yeah, I
not.
mean, I'm saying it would be worth something to me.
I mean,
And
if you're gonna charge me $500 a ticket, it becomes a principal thing to me again. I'm not paying $500 for a ticket to I'm not paying $500 for a ticket to watch anybody.
but I would correlate it into a Vegas trip, and I would actually have like a week trip
Oh,
and incorporate
absolutely.
the show with it and stuff.
I don't know that either of us can afford to be in Vegas for a week.
I'm not
Vegas
much of a
is
gambler anymore, but I would,
Vegas is like it was like a 4-day thing. My liver can't handle it, and neither can my pocket. But that brings us to the end of this Wednesday segment. So, with all that being said, thanks for coming out. Thank you for supporting us. Check out all our social media. You know, hit all the like, subscribe, and comment buttons and all that I say constantly on a never ending basis. And don't ever forget, KISS is never going away. As long as you have money, KISS will be around for you to spend it. So if
it,
it's too loud,
you're too old.
what he said. Peace out, Hooligan Nation.